The SPLA-IO has changed its position on the training of a VIP protection force which began last week in Rajaf outside Juba. SPLA-IO spokesman says his group won't send any forces to the training until it's clear that the force will be under one command. Winnie Chirino has more for VOA from Juba.
According to the revitalized peace agreement, the former warring parties were expected to canton, train and unify their forces within the 8-month pre-transitional period, due in part to what the government says is a shortage of funds and failure by the parties to disclose an accurate number of their forces. The warring parties have yet to canton, train and unify their forces. Consequently, the Joint Defense Board, or JDB, which oversees military aspects of the security arrangements, proposed a 700-strong VIP protection force that would be comprised of 350 security personnel from the government and 350 others from the SPLA-IO and South Sudan Opposition Alliance, or SOA. SPLA-IO Deputy Military Spokesman Colonel Lampo Gabriel says his group still has reservations about the proposed number of forces and who commands the protection force.
According to the agreement, the JDB should be on top of every armed forces. Anybody with a gun is supposed to be under the command of the JDB so that we can work together and we can have command and control of every soldier and every person with a gun. So this is where we have our reservation, and that is why up to today our 350 is not in Rajaf.
But in March, Lam had this to say about carrying out the security arrangements.
We have the political will to make sure we implement the security arrangement. But of course, we know there are some people, some individuals who are benefiting from this war, who are really enjoying the position they are in. And these are the people who are dragging us really behind.
Lurai Kwang, spokesman for the South Sudan People's Defense Force, says he is surprised the SPLA-IO is expressing reservations, yet they agreed on forming the 700 VIP protection force. Colonel Gabriel also says rather than a battalion of 700, the VIP protection force should comprise of a complete division of 10 to 12,000 joint forces. Kwang says the parties have yet to secure the funds necessary to train a larger number of forces.
Coming up with a 10,000 strong force, 10,000 strong force, which is basically a division, is logistically is having some issues in terms of logistics, bearing in mind that we do not have the financial resources required as well as the infrastructure needed for these forces to be cantoned.
Kwang says the SPLA-IO is making a U-turn to the agreements they had already committed to and accused the SPLA-IO of making excuses all along for not abiding by the peace deal.
Our forces have been waiting for their counterparts for a month. Little did we know that these people, our peace partners, cannot contribute because of the reservation they are talking about today. All along they have been telling us is that they have logistical problems doing their own selection.
Gabriel says President Salva Kiir's recent call for rebel leader Riek Machar to be in Juba next month to take part in forming the next new government and Machar's call to extend the pre-transitional period by 6 months is causing tension and concern among citizens, but wants to reassure South Sudanese that the country will not return to war.
People have already seen division of ideas or difference in ideas. The SPLA-IO is asking the civilians to remain calm because it has got no intention of going back to war. Whether there is going to be extension or there is not going to be any extension, we know I've already supported the idea of the extension based on security reasons.
Gabriel says there's been too much negative propaganda by what he calls enemies of peace. He is urging the Joint Defense Board to come up with a joint statement on the continuation of peacefully implementing the transition security arrangements. For VOA News, I am Winnie Chirino in Juba.